Hey folks, I've been looking at the IPCC's environmental reports, and it's time we all came together to discuss what economists can do. With that, welcome to the annual summit of World Economic Business Forum for Sustainable Development and Equitable Green Transition, or ASWEBFSDET for short. As you all know, we're here to address the pressing concerns of climate change and see what role markets can play in addressing them.
First and foremost, I want to say I will be coming into this meeting with an open mind. However, I think we're doing fine.
Fine, we're literally getting toasted. Only a mass social movement can save us now.
F that. Also, the government seriously sucks. A bunch of nincompoops they are.
All right, let's not get carried away. Nobody here is a nincompoop. The government serves a purpose.
I'm not a nincompoop. I read the other day that one of UN's Secretary General Antonio Guterres' 6 priority areas for climate change is taking climate risks and opportunities into account in all financial and policy decisions. I happen to agree with him. Governments have a responsibility to respond to planet damage through regulation. So Keynes is making some sense. As for the global economy, I think we can have it all, both a sustainable and growing economy. After all, it is in the government's hands to accelerate and spread this idea.
Hang on, what if we all just go local with everything and just stop growing? I don't see small tribal communities contributing to climate change.
Not sustainable to keep consuming at this rate year after year after year. If we use all of our natural resources now, how are we supposed to plan ahead for future generations? We need to do something to reduce consumerism in order to protect our potential for an economic future. It's important to do things for the public good, as we are the ones responsible for their well-being.
We have actually managed to commit less offenses against the earth with capitalism and tech progress. Advancement in technology has actually enabled society to consume less materials needed for industrial production. I call it dematerialization, and myself, a tech optimist.
I mean, the government is barely good for anything, but they alone have the authority to make a difference for the better in this specific instance. Otherwise, do not conform and keep to individualism. But yeah, the government is cool. They can issue like taxes. They should do a carbon tax.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That's the spirit. Starting with the tax on carbon, we're taking initiative to incentivize companies to reduce emissions and be cautious about their consumerism. But it's the government's job to protect the people, and there will be no people in 100 years from now if we don't do something soon.
A wise man once said, there is no free lunch. Yes, some people are using fossil fuels for cheaper energy, but at the cost of everyone else and the planet. I mean, come on, we all know and can agree that the average person did not ask to be a part of all this climate change baloney. And the government should issue a carbon tax to protect these innocent third parties. It's not rocket science.
I was talking with Friedman earlier in the break room about a carbon tax, and I'm totally on board with this carbon tax idea. As a matter of fact, not only do I think we need a tax on carbon, but also strict regulation on pollution and trade in products from endangered animals. The reform on energy-related taxes may promote the introduction of energy-saving and decarbonization technologies.
Okay, very cool. We got Friedman and McAfee on board. What else should we do? Maybe something with national parks, more of them. Protect the environment.
Oh my God, I'm gonna go on your national parks idea, Keynes.
Okay, hang on. How about we make the entire country a national park?
I'm gonna have to stop you guys right there. How stupid could one person be to think that the government should regulate national parks? Dare I say, very stupid. We must keep national parks an excludable good. I mean, the government is pretty useless, as I said, and definitely cannot take care of the parks in the same way that a private organization could. Point blank, period. Let me say this very slowly for you people. Let's privatize as much as we can, and national parks definitely can be and ought to be privatized.
What these people do not seem to get is that we do not have time to be mucking about anymore. Frequent talks about privatizing national parks as if that's a central issue, when really the question is how can we, as quickly as possible, pivot out of whatever we're doing and into living communities that are far less carbon intensive and consumerist with a strong connection to nature. Oh, and we should live in them. And they should probably be owned collectively by the people who live in them.
All right. Well, on that note, great meeting, guys. We got absolutely nothing productive done, so I guess we'll just try next year and hopefully, I guess the planet should get a little colder on its own.
I think we should meet in a small, decentralized setting next year.
Whatever, I'm old and gonna die soon anyway. Good luck with solving climate change, guys.
Hang on, you are for a carbon tax, but draw the line at national parks? How does that make sense? We need to protect the environment for the good of everyone, even those who cannot afford to enter your petting zoos.
All right, all right. Looks like we should probably just take these issues to a vote. Sound good? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see some nods. All right, who wants to do something about a carbon tax? Okay, we got some agreement there. What about doing something about maybe more national parks? Oh, okay. Well,
Ooh.
great meeting, guys. Looks like we agreed on something. I guess maybe we'll just try again next year. Hopefully, the planet just gets a little colder on its own.
For next year, I think we should meet in a small, decentralized setting.
Whatever, I'm old and gonna die soon anyway. Good luck with solving climate change, guys.